talking backstage about one of the topics that we need to discuss tonight. And without getting into really much, specifics because reasons, um, I thought that it would be worth talking about what basically everyone goes nuts. Now, up here in Canada, it's just nuts. But we're beyond the going nuts part. Okay, so there's definitely
We've gone
that,
full
but
squirrel.
Squirrel? Someone say squirrel?
See what I did there?
yeah,
I derailed and then derailed, but go on.
you did. So anyway, so down in America, what we're seeing is a lot of dissension. We're seeing a lot of infighting from people who used to be friends. And I'm not going to lie, there's definitely elements to this that I'm just kind of like, I do not know how you got from point A to point B because this is just weird. Okay, like there's beliefs about how do we word it? Flavored drinks that come from fruits. Okay, so we're gonna word it that way: flavored drinks that come from fruits.
Margaritas?
Juice.
Yeah. So, like, people have talks and discussions about juice, and so it's you're seeing like all this toxicity. It's like they're blaming big juice for what's going on in the world. I'm like, what on earth is going on? How did we get from point A to point B when it was just like a few wackadoodles? That was the word that Mrs. Flu used, and those guys are like, let's get on this topic and let's get on this strain, and let's start making these guys look like the people putting the squeeze on everyone. See what I did there? And yeah, it's just I Mrs. Flu, I don't get how you can go from point A to point B in a matter of a week.
You can't fathom how someone can go from point A to point B in a matter of a week. Talking about the wackadoodles that exist in, say, I don't know, the government sphere.
And their friends. Yeah. Those interconnected. Those in that giant.
Well, you know what?
Cool.
I'm sorry, but we all have that friend that we're like, you know what? When you are solidly like even if you're completely off your rocker, somehow you're still kind of helping. We still claim them, but we still think they're completely off their bloomin' rockers. This is where these people come in. And then sometimes you're just off the rocker, but not doing any help whatsoever. So you can just call them out for being completely off their bloomin' rockers.
And Mrs. Flu knows a lot about rockers.
I do. I love rockers.
There you go. And she's not talking about the musical type, folks. Just so we're all.
Oh, you know what? No, but give me some. Could you imagine though? You want to put all these people that we think we're talking about in a round of musical chairs and see who's the last one standing? I'll take bets there.
Mrs. Flu's band is called Off Your Rockers.
Off Your Rocker.
And it's just a bunch of old ladies playing guitars on rocking chairs.
I think it's a big band music.
It's a what?
Big band. Old people like big bands. Yeah.
I'm kind of small though. Look how little I am.
I don't know. I'm kind of picturing more like the Gaithers. So
the what?
You know, the Gaithers. You don't know the Gaithers.
I bet she knows Lawrence Welk.
Well, I don't know if anyone hasn't ever heard of Lawrence Welk, but he's even before my time.
Who's Lawrence Welk?
There you go. He was some late night show. Back when TV was black and white, I think.
I think a whole thing is being run by certain streamers who just want to drive their numbers and get clicks and views. So they just say crazy things. open up this, release this, and they
Whoa,
turn on
whoa,
people
whoa,
just to
whoa,
drive the
whoa, whoa,
clicks.
whoa. Okay. You're actually suggesting that
Yes.
people on the internet would say things and do things for clicks, not
Yes.
for actual opinions, not for like trying to actually have an influence, but for clicks.
Yes. People you thought were part of trusted news would just say things because now they have to earn their own money and they can't rely on a big network to give them money. So they just say things to drive the clicks.
Man, that sounds
Yeah.
like Canadian media as well. I feel like
I feel like YouTubers do that.
Yep.
so. You're saying
Do
okay.
do
So I
things
think
to
we're onto
drive the
something here,
click.
guys. Is this
I
just like
mean,
a
hello.
is this just like one giant media cabal where they're actually all working together to like
Well,
feed off one another in some
No.
weird symbiotic relationship?
oh,
Wait.
look, this guy Nick is controversial. Let's invite him on the show to talk, and they get tons of views.
You know, parasites are in some sort of a symbiotic,
Yeah.
environment, but I wouldn't exactly call it good cohesive bonding, you know.
Make things stick like this, and that would be. I'm. You know what? Maybe you are making me a believer, White Horse, wherever you are. Uh, that Big Blue, it's out there. Because Mrs. Flu, I think that you're actually seeing this thing as like two competing sides with people attacking and lobbing shots. But what if really they're not firing arrows? It's more like hamburgers, and they're like, eat this, and they're like kind of like, no, really eat this. It'll sustain you. It'll keep you going a little bit longer. And all we see is the eat this, and we're thinking, see, they stuck it to them.
Yes.
Well,
Tune in
they're
next week.
they're
We'll expose it all. TikTok. Yes.
yeah, that's pretty funny. There is a lot of selective editing when it comes to let's share the news in other places in the world because we think we're journalists.
Is that a direct reference to the BBC and them tanking hard this week?
Them and whoever else walked in their footsteps, sure.
Okay.
I think they walked in a few others' footsteps.
Yeah. Agreed.
Hey there! So what you just watched was a portion of our live show that happens on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern. Apparently you were too lazy to be there that time, but maybe you'll be there next time. Remember, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern.